count wheels there. I wonder if maybe I'll check this side. Up there, we'll use the other end to hold it. Only just, that's for sure, but we can't hold it down this end because of the count wheel. We don't want to bend that. Check it once again. That hole there, and in it goes. All right. We'll take that tool out and we'll put in a reamer. 3 sizes too small. Put it into the tool, tighten it down, and then slowly work our way round, cutting as we go. Get the swarf off it. And there we go, that's the first one. Remove the cutter. We'll go up 1 size to 2.47 millimeters. Insert the cutter. Hold the plate, make sure it doesn't move, and then start cutting again by pushing down on the handle lightly. Once you get about halfway, lift it up, clean any swarf off it, and back into the hole again. There we go, that's bottomed out. Our third reamer, the final one, 2.97 millimeters. Well, that isn't caught. Wind it out. There we go. Now, back again. Same amount of pressure, not too much, as we ream the hole out. And there we go, that's got him. Take the reamer out, put it back in the block, put our hammer in, tighten him down, find our pivot, check to make sure that the oil sink is on the downside, align it carefully with a pair of tweezers, then lower the hammer on it, give it a couple of light taps to make sure that it's heading in a straight direction, not running at an angle. That's alright. Then 3 or 4 taps. Last one, a strong one to seat it properly. See what we've got. That's our bushing there. That looks alright. Alright, now you can see that the pivot doesn't fit in. So we're now going to broach out that bushing. Now that we've got the bushing inside the plate, we now have to open it up so that the pivot will fit in it, which it obviously doesn't at the moment. So to do that, we need to use a broach, and we need to find a broach that's the right size. And I think this one's a little bit too small. We'll put in the hole and see. Yep, slides through. That's a little bit too small. We need a slightly larger one. I think that will be, looks a bit big. No, that goes in. Right, that's the one we need. Fair enough. Can't be right all the time, I guess. So we'll open up the collet on our pin vise, push the square end in so it holds it in place. Then take the plate up in your hand, align the broach into the bushing. What we've got to do now, I'll put that down there so I can demonstrate. We now have to keep the broach 90 degrees perpendicular all across the face of the plate, like so. If we come in at an angle like that or like that, they're exaggerated maybe, but if we come in on an angle like that, we're going to cut a hole too big and the pivot will run on top and bottom of the bushing and form lines on it. So once again, insert the broach into the plate, taking a grip on the pin vise, turn it very slowly. These are very efficient cutting machines and they'll make a mess of your work in no time. A few cuts, try the pivot. Nope, not yet. Align the broach again. You can actually use the pillars up here as a reference and keep them parallel to that. A few more turns. Try the pivot again. Nope. Ooh, just starting to fit in. Get organised again. This time we'll look at it this way. Half a dozen turns maximum. We don't want to make a hole too big because we've got to start all over again. See how we go. That's virtually in there. You can see it's not quite. Now we have to be very, very careful because we're very close. We don't want to cut too big a hole. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and take the broach out again. There we go. It's in there, sitting in there nicely. Now this isn't finished yet. We don't know if the hole we've broached is the correct size yet or not. So what we have to do, I'll put that plate aside. Now I'll turn the wheel upside down. We're now going to put a bushing in that hole there, and then once we've broached it out so that the pivot sits in there smoothly, we then put both plates together, tighten them down, and then check them to make sure that it runs freely, just in case we're out microscopically and it catches, because friction we don't want. Alright, put those aside and we'll now put the other bushing in.